I wanted to receive my examination report. And then I cannot receive it because of the principal. She's recommending about study fees that we are not attending.
Okay, so
I want to know what the government is saying about that.
Which school is that?
Canifin is upper basic.
Canifin is upper basic. You are a grade 9 student and the results are out. So you've been deprived of taking your results because you didn't pay a study fee that you didn't attend. That's your concern. That's what you want to ask the minister about.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jamal. Caller, thank you very much for your intervention. If that has happened, it shouldn't happen, because study fees should not prevent you from receiving your results. So I would advise you to come to the ministry so that we take the necessary action to get you access your results. In fact, when I spoke earlier, I spoke about the country status study that was undertaken, and there will be a subsequent program on that. And we have discovered through the information that we have received that there are a lot of unnecessary levies within the system, and we are addressing it to make sure that it wouldn't be a barrier for children to enroll in schools and continue. So that will be one of the issues that are going to be looked at.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. I hope you satisfy the caller. By Permanent Secretary, like we were saying, we were talking about policy, the policy platforms that that I've named for you. That is access and equity, quality of teaching, and so on and so forth. So I asked you what role that you think these platforms would play during the process of review.
Okay. As I was saying, there are several tasks that we have assigned to these platforms as part of the revision process. One of them is to help in the consultation with the stakeholders, because you will have each of those platforms maybe at the level of the regions, or through Bantaba, engaging the stakeholders on issues related to their platforms. We also have asked them to look at the policy document that we have currently to identify the strengths, weaknesses and opportunities that are actually present in the policy document. The minister was talking about the country status report.
Right. Okay. I think we're sorry that we have to interrupt you again, because it seems we have a caller on the line. Yes. Good evening, caller.
Good evening.
Yes. Good evening.
How are you doing?
Fine. Thank you.
I want to ask the Honorable Minister about the question.
Go ahead.
The question is, grade 12 is too small for 3 years. And the syllabus we are doing is very, very wide. So I don't know what the ministry is doing about that, because like every year the result is coming out not that good, because several people are failing because the syllabus is too wide. So I don't know what is the ministry doing towards that.
Okay, it seems you have two concerns here, because you said maybe his concern maybe would be for kind of this time that is normally given for them to cover syllabus up to grade 12. He thinks it's not sufficient, but in the process he also made mention of something. That is, he says maybe that's a factor why anytime results are the results are not good. So I think he's made two interventions here. The time factor, and then he also made mention of results being not good anytime they're out. Yes.
Point of correction.
Point of correction.
I mean, if he doesn't have the facts about the results, I think it's better for him to go to a reliable source like the West African Examinations Council or he can even come to the ministry or even go to the individual schools. I think this is something that we need to really rectify, because actually the results, they, you know, I mean, are not going down. If I give you this, the results for this year as an example, in fact, Gambia has been included in the group of excellence that used to be dominated by, I mean, Nigeria and Ghana after the WAS examinations. And even for the results by school, if you look at what came out of Nusrat, which is a public school, and also, I mean, Methodist Academy, in terms of number of people with 9 credits, Nusrat alone produced 44 students with 9 credits. All right? And that has not happened in the past year or two. So if you have something like that, and I don't have the figures, all the figures with me here, but I could have shown you how the results were improving from one year, you know, I mean, to the other. So that is not a correct statement. I think he needs to get his facts.
And then his main concern now is the time frame for grade 12. He thinks 3 years is too small for them to cover the syllabus for the
that is an issue that came up, and as the Honorable Minister said, this examinations is not an examination that the Gambia alone is sitting to. It is the same exams that, you know, I mean, students from Sierra Leone, Liberia, Nigeria, and Ghana are sitting to. So I am sure at the level where the matter would have to be discussed and resolved, if it is found necessary to increase the, you know, I mean, the period to, let's say, 4 years, it will be done. But for now, really, it's the 3 years that, you know, I mean, we have, and I have seen schools that are organizing themselves to make sure that by the time the kids sit to the WAS, they would have finished the syllabus. In fact, I don't want to mention names here, but I know of a school where by the first term of grade 12, the kids would have finished the syllabus. I think this is not only to do with the period. The way the schools organize themselves too, from grade 10 to 12, also needs to be, I mean, looked at.
Okay. All right. I think before we go, another call on the line. Yes, good evening.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Wonderful. I am really pleased.
Thank you.
I am definitely seeing exactly what has to be done. Both the PS and the minister on TV. It's wonderful.
Okay.
I definitely have to commend them.
All right.
I did the same name with the PS.
Okay.
I'm equaling by.
All right.
But I don't really have that much to say. But all to say is this is really accountability and hard work. You know, they are very confident to themselves and they believe in what they're doing.
Okay.
And definitely they're coming out to the public to be calling and talking to them.
All right, okay.
Definitely this is so good. I just have to commend them once again.
Thank you so much.
They're doing great.
Thank you so
They're
much.
doing
Thank
a
you.
lot.
Thank you so
really doing a lot.
much. Thank you so much.
I'm not a press singer, but I have to do this.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I think we would have to remind our callers that we're running out of time. So I'm afraid that even if you're going to take any call, it's going to be just one more because we're definitely running out of time. And then there is a concern before we go that I think should be also addressed by the panelists here. That is the time aspect of the revision and reviewing. I want to know if you have any indicative time frame for the whole process to be completed as planned.
Yes, we do. The time frame is May 2011 to January 2012. And a series of activities have been identified to be undertaken. For instance, the consultations began in May with CCM 2011. As you know, before we roll things out, we first and foremost talk about it at the level of SMT and CCM.
Okay, so sorry, Minister, I think I would have to interrupt you because it seems